Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to look at some of the inventory control procedures. Inventory control procedures. Inventory control procedures. Under this topic, we are going to be specific. We are going to look at economic order quantity. Economic order quantity. What does this mean? Economic order quantity, or in other words, EOQ, is that amount of inventory that if you order at a time will give you an ultimate, the lowest cost possible. The lowest cost possible at a given period. Now, as you know, the formula of getting economic order quantity is EOQ is always square root of 2BCO over 2H over CH, whereby D stands for demand, total demand within a period, maybe 1 year, e.g. 1 year, 1 year. CO is the ordering cost per order, this is the cost whereby the cost of transport, the cost of insurance, all of that, the cost that you incur when you order. For example, when you are moving a product from one place to another, you will need to insure it so that even if there is a damage, you get compensated. So this is the cost of insurance, transport, and even the cost of the driver if you are paying the driver. Then there is CH. This is the holding cost. Holding cost. The holding cost is, for example, the storage cost, where you are going to put something like rent of the store, and so on and so forth. So these are the basic stuff that you should know. Now, when you are today, I want us to look at this economic order quantity with another aspect. For example, if there is a discount. So we are going to look at economic order quantity in the presence of discount. EOQ, in the presence of discount. The presence of discount. Now, wherever you are given a discount, there are some steps you need to follow. So that you get the difference. For example, if I'm given discount, if I order, for example, this amount of products, and if I take my predetermined economic order quantity, like what I will do, the minimum order that I should take, and when the supplier gives you a given quantity, but tells you that if you buy such amount, I will give you a given amount of discount. The decision therefore would be, should I go on with my economic order quantity procedure, or I put this aside and take this discount that I've been given. So that's what we are going to look at now. Now, what are the steps? What are the steps? Steps in calculating these steps. Number one step, compute the EOQ. For step one, compute the EOQ without the discount, without discount. That's what you first do. Step two, use the discount. Using the discount, purchase cost and more stock to qualify for it. Compute the total cost. Now, here you are now being given the EOQ already. So you have the EOQ. In wherever you are given a discount, mostly you are going to be given the Q, the quantity you need to order. Remember, at the EOQ, this Q is what we are looking for, but now we are being given. So what you are going to do, use the discount to find the total cost. Use the discount to find the total cost. Here, you are also going to use the quantity you are given. The quantity used as well in conjunction. Use the quantity, the Q given. Then the last one, compare the total cost. Number 3, compare the total cost, bracket TC. Okay. Now, up to this point, I hope you have understood the steps and what this all cue, some of the definitions or what we have just defined. So we are going to look at an example. We're going to look at an example. Now, look at this example. A company buys 400 units of an item at the cost of shillings 5,000 per unit, at an ordering cost of shillings 200, at an ordering cost of 2,000 shillings per order. The carrying cost has been determined to be 20% of the cost of per unit. The company then received 2% discount offer for purchase of 100 or more units. You see, at this point, you are being told, when you buy at a discount, then you need to order 100 units. But we also have our system, which is EOQ. How many units do we need when we are using? How many units we are going to be ordering when we are using our system, EOQ? Now, that's where we now start the calculation. We first start with this step, finding the EOQ. Now, our EOQ is always 2D CO divided by CH. CH squared. Now, what is our D? D is the demand, okay? Our D therefore is 400 units. Our CO, that is ordinary cost. We have been told to be 2,000. Been told to be 2,000. And then cost per unit. We have also been given. Then we have the CH. That is the holding cost. Holding cost, we are being told it is 20% of cost of the cost per unit. And therefore, CH here would be 0.2 times 5,000. 5,000 is the cost per unit. Therefore, we'll be having 20% of that is 1,000. We have 1,000. Okay? That is 1,000. 1,000 shillings. This is shillings. Do not forget to write the units or shillings, whatever it is. So this one was also shillings. Now, from there, you can see we have everything to calculate our quantity, the economic order quantity. So, our quantity, which is EOQ, will be 2 times demand, which is 4,400 units, times cost, ordering cost, that's ordering cost is 2,000, divided by 1,000, then we find the square root. Then we find the square root. If you calculate that, that is 2 times 5,000 times 2,000 divided by 1,000, then square root of the answer. No, this is 2,000. I mean 4,000. I'm saying I'm wrong somewhere. So this will be 2,000. 2 times 400 times 2,000. You get 160,000 divided by 1,000. then square root of 1,600, the square root of 1,600, square root of 1,600 will be 40 units. So, as you can see, when we are using the EOQ, the number we have to put per order, our ordering quantity per order is Q. Our ordering quantity is 40 units. But this guy is offering us a discount, but only if we take an order of 100 units. Now, you have seen the difference. Now let us continue and find the total cost. Now the total cost is always purchasing cost, purchasing cost, see, cost plus ordering cost plus carrying cost or holding cost. Now that's what gives us the total cost. Let us see. That's what gives us the total cost. Now let's start with the purchasing cost. Now purchasing cost will be simply the total order, that is the order, that is D times the purchasing cost times cost, and this will be 4,400 times 5,000, and this give us, that give us roughly around 2 million, right? That's 4,400 times 400 times 5,000, 400 times 5,000, that is around 2 million. That is 2 million. That is 2 million shillings, 2 million. Now let's go and find ordering cost. Ordering cost. Ordering cost here is this CO. What is CO? CO will be the number of orders times cost per order. Total ordering cost would be the number of orders made times cost per order. How do we get the number of orders made? It will be total demand, the demand, which is 400, which is 400 over we are looking for the number of orders made, okay, over usage. Now, how much were we ordering per order? It is the number of orders equal to total demand over total units per order. Our total units per order is this 40 units. so it is over 40, times the cost per order. Cost per order. What is cost per order there? Cost per order is 2,000. So the total ordering cost will be 400 divided by 40 times 2,000, and that's give us 20,000. 20,000. The next one is holding cost. The total holding cost. Holding cost. This one. How do we find holding cost? It is CH. How do we find holding cost? Per unit. So we had how many units per order? 40. Then we divide it by 2 to find the average. So it is 40 divided by 2 to find the average. Then we multiply by the cost, holding cost per unit. Then we multiply it by holding cost per unit. Holding cost per unit we got here 1,000. 1,000. So this is 20. Now it is the average, okay? So it is this 40 over 2 to give us the average, and then we multiply it by 1,000. Multiply it by 1,000, which is this. If you do it, that this one will be 20 multiplied by 1,000. 20 multiplied by 1,000, that is 20,000 shillings. Shillings, okay? Now we can wrap some part so that we continue. We can wrap some part to be able to continue. Now, what will be the total cost? Total cost therefore will be 2 million plus 20,000 plus 20,000 plus 20,000. This will give us 2,040,000. 2,040,000 shillings. So if we are using the EOQ, economic order quantity, without the discount, this will be the total cost of our store. That will be the total cost of our store, or the total cost of our item at the end of the year. Now, we have been given a discount. And the discount that we were given, quantity, which is this quantity was 1,100 units. Now, 100 units. Now at this point we are going to look for the new cost per item. Here we are using 5,000, but we have been given a discount on this. So cost per item per product, cost per product per item will be 0.98. It is 0.98 because we had been given a discount of 2%. Our discount was 2% times 5,000. If you do your maths, what you get 0.9898 times 5,000 It is 4,900 shillings. 4,900 shillings. Now, that discount, as you can see, is also going to affect the holding cost. Holding cost also depend on the cost per item. So our holding cost per item will be 0.2. It was 20% of the cost times this new cost, our new cost, which is 4,900 times 0.2, and that would be 98 shillings. 908 shillings. Now you see the difference. This was 1,000, but this becomes 908, which means the discount reduces the holding cost, and also it reduces the cost per item, the cost per product, or cost per item. But from up to there, from our calculation, you will notice that ordering cost is not affected. Ordering cost is not affected. CO. Cost per order will not be affected by the discount. So it will remain 2,000 as it were. Now from here, we can now find the total cost. Now, TC cost still remain purchase cost plus cost, ordering cost plus holding cost. It's remained the same. So let us find PC here. Therefore, purchasing cost will be 49. This one 49 times how much what was the demand? The demand was 400. The demand was 400. So it is 4,900 times 400. This becomes 960,000 shillings. Now we go to cost, ordering cost. Ordering cost is always the number of orders made times cost per order. The number of orders made times cost per order. Here we have 1,000 units. How will we get our orders? The number of orders we are going to make in a year. It will be 400, which is the demand, over 100, which we are now making a lot of 100 per order, times the cost per order. Cost per order is 2,000. If you can see, that is 4 times 2,000. 4 times 2,000 is 8,000 shillings. 8,000 shillings. Now, cost, holding cost. Holding cost is always the average of our order, the number of units we order per order, times the holding cost per unit. The holding cost per unit. So, how much are we ordering? This 100. At this point, we get the average, we divide it by 2. Then we multiply it by the holding cost per unit. Holding cost per unit is this. We have already calculated it. So it is 980 times 980. What do you get? What do you get? That is simply 50 times 980. This is 4,900. 4,900. No, 49,000. I mean 49,000 shillings. 49,000 shillings. Now, what is the total cost? The total cost, we just add this. That's that one. 49,000 plus 8,000 plus 1,960,000. What do you get? You get 2,017,000 shillings. So our total cost, our TC, is equal to 2,017,000. Now the question is, should we take the discount? Should we abolish our economic order quantity system and take the discount? Let us see. Let us have somewhere here. Just briefly, up here. Briefly. Should we take the discount? Now let us look at how much we have saving. Saving will be the amount we would have used if we had not taken the discount, and that was it was 2,040,000. It was 2,040,000. We minus our total cost when we take the discount. When we take the discount, it's 2,017,000. 2,017,000. Now, 2,040,000 minus 2,017,000 give us a saving of 23,000. As you can see, if we take the discount, we would be saving 23,000. So therefore, the advice would be we take the discount. So the company should take the discount That's the advice you are giving as an accountant. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more.